Hi, it's Sue. Today I'm reading March 17th, Joshua 22 to 24 for today's Bible reading. So, chapter 22 to 24 from Joshua, verse 1. Then Joshua called the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half tribe of Manasseh and said to them, You have kept all that Moses, the servant of Yahweh, commanded you, and have listened to my voice in all that I have commanded you. You have not left your brothers these many days to this day, but have performed the duty of the commandment of Yahweh your God. Now Yahweh your God has given rest to your to your brothers, as he spoke to them. Therefore now return and go to your tents, to the land of your possession, with Moses the servant Yahweh gave you beyond the Jordan. Now, if you're just jumping into the middle of the story, when the Israelites came to the Jordan River to cross over, and backing up just slightly more, they had come out of being slaves in Egypt, crossed the Red Sea, wandered in the wilderness, and trying to get to the promised land God had promised them on the other side of the Jordan. So now they're at the Jordan, getting ready to cross over. They had defeated some enemies on this side. It's the east side of the Jordan. And these tribes that he just referred to, the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half tribe of Manasseh, had asked to just settle on the east side and not go into the promised land for some reason. They liked it there. And they had asked Moses, and Moses asked the Lord, and they said, as long as you'll go in and help your brothers fight the Canaanites in, the whoever the enemies were, there were many different ones in the promised land, until they are settled and they've defeated their enemies and taken the land, then you can settle over there. We'll let you stay on that land, but you got to help us fight. So that's what he's saying here. Joshua's saying, okay, you fulfilled your promise. You did what you said. Your brothers have peace. Now you can go and settle in that land that God told you. So he says, Yahweh your God has given rest to your brothers as he spoke to them. Therefore now return and go to your tents, to the land of your possession, which Moses, the servant of Yahweh, gave you beyond the Jordan. Only take diligent heed to do the commandment and the law which Moses, the servant of Yahweh, commanded you, to love Yahweh your God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments, to hold fast to him and serve him with all your heart and all your soul. That's the same for us today. So Joshua blessed them and sent them away, and they went to their tents. Now to the one half tribe of Manasseh Moses had given inheritance in Bashan, but to the other half gave Joshua among the brothers beyond the Jordan westward. Moreover, when Joshua sent them away to their tents and blessed them and spoke to them, saying, Return with much wealth to your tents, with very much livestock, with silver and with gold, with brass and with iron, and with very much clothing. Divide the plunder of your enemies with your brothers, the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh returned and departed. Wait, that was awkward. The children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh returned and departed from the children of Israel out of Shiloh, which is in the land of Canaan, to go to the land of Gilead, in the land of their possession, which they owned according to the commandment of Yahweh by Moses. When they came to the region about the Jordan that is in the land of Canaan, the children of Reuben, the children of Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh built there an altar by the Jordan, a great altar to look at. The children of Israel heard this. Behold, the children of Reuben, the children of Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh have built an altar in the border of the land of Canaan, in the region around the Jordan, on the side that belongs to the children of Israel. When the children of Israel heard of it, the whole congregation of the children of Israel gathered themselves together at Shiloh to go up against them to war. The children of Israel sent to the children of Reuben and to the children of Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh in the land of Gilead Phinehas, the son of Eleazar the priest. With him were 10 princes, 1 prince of the fathers' houses for each of the tribes of Israel, and they were each heads of the fathers' houses among the thousands of Israel. They came to the children of Reuben and to the children of Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh to the land of Gilead, and they spoke with them, saying, Thus says the whole congregation of Yahweh, What trespass is this that you have committed against the God of Israel, to turn away today from following Yahweh, and that you have built yourselves an altar to rebel today against Yahweh? Is the iniquity of Peor too little for us, from which we have not cleansed ourselves to this day? Although there came a plague on the congregation of Yahweh, that you must turn away today from following Yahweh? It will be, since you rebel today against Yahweh, that tomorrow he will be angry with the whole congregation of Israel. However, if the land of your possession is unclean, then pass over to the land of the possession of Yahweh, in which Yahweh's tabernacle dwells, and take possession among us. But don't rebel against Yahweh, nor rebel against us, in building an altar other than Yahweh or God's altar. Didn't Achan the son of Zerah commit a trespass in the devoted thing, and the wrath fell on all the congregation of Israel? That man didn't perish alone in his iniquity. Then the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh answered and spoke to the heads of thousands of Israel. The mighty one, God, Yahweh, the mighty one, God Yahweh. Oh, it says that twice. Hold on. Verse 22, the mighty one, comma, God, comma, Yahweh, comma, the mighty one, God. Yahweh, he knows, and Israel shall know, if it was in rebellion or if in trespass against Yahweh. Don't save us today, that we have built us an altar to turn away from following Yahweh, or if to offer burnt offering or meal offering, or if to offer a peace offering, let Yahweh himself require it. If we have not out of concern done this, and for a reason, saying, in time to come, your children might speak to our children, saying, what have you to do with Yahweh, the God of Israel? For Yahweh has made the Jordan a border between us and you. You children of Reuben and children of Gad, you have no portion in Yahweh. So your children might make our children cease from fearing Yahweh. Therefore we said, let us prepare to build ourselves an altar, not for burnt offering nor sacrifice, but it will be a witness between us and you, and between our generation after us, that we may perform the service of Yahweh before him with our burnt offerings, with our sacrifices, and with our peace offerings, that your children may not tell our children in time to come, you have no portion in Yahweh. Therefore we said, it shall be when they tell us in our generation that in the time to come, that we shall say, behold, the pattern of Yahweh's altar, which our fathers made, not for burnt offering or sacrifice, but it is the witness between us and you. Far be it from us that we should rebel against Yahweh or turn away today from following Yahweh, to build an altar for burnt offering or meal offering or sacrifice besides Yahweh our God's altar that is before his tabernacle. When Phinehas the priest and the prince of the congregation, even the heads of the thousands of Israel that were with him, heard the words that the children of Reuben and of Gad and the Manasseh spoke, it pleased them well. Phinehas the son of Eleazar the priest said to the children of Reuben, the children of Gad, and the children of Manasseh, today we know that Yahweh is among us, because you have not committed this trespass against Yahweh. Now you have delivered the children of Israel out of Yahweh's hand. Phinehas the son of Eleazar the priest and the princes returned from the children of Reuben, from the children of Gad, and the land of Gilead, to the land of Canaan, to the children of Israel, and brought them word again. The thing pleased the children of Israel, and the children of Israel blessed God, and spoke no more of going up against them to war, to destroy the land in which the children of Reuben and the children of Gad lived. The children of Reuben and the children of Gad named the altar a witness between us that Yahweh is God. After many days, when Yahweh had given rest to Israel from their enemies all around, and Joshua was old and well advanced in years, Joshua called for all Israel, for all the elders, and for the heads, and for their judges, and for the officers, and said to them, I am old and well advanced in years. You have seen all that Yahweh your God has done to all these nations because of you, for it is Yahweh your God who has fought for you. Behold, I have allotted to you these nations that remain, to be an inheritance for your tribes from the Jordan, with all the nations that I have cut off, even to the great sea, toward the going down of the sun. Yahweh your God will thrust them out from before you and drive them from out of your sight. You shall possess their land, as Yahweh your God spoke to you. Therefore be very courageous to keep and do all that is written in the book of the law of Moses, that you not turn aside from it to the right hand or to the left, that you not come along these nations, these that remain among you, neither make mention of the name of their gods, nor cause to swear by them, neither serve them, nor bow down yourselves to them, but hold fast to Yahweh your God, as you have done to this day. For Yahweh has driven great and strong nations out from before you. But as for you, no man has stood before you to this day. 1 man of you shall chase 1,000. Excuse me, for it is Yahweh your God who fights for you, as he spoke to you. Take good heed, therefore, to yourselves, that you love Yahweh your God. But if you do at all go back and hold fast to the remnant of these nations, even these who remain among you, and make marriages with them, and go into them, they to you, know for a certainty that Yahweh your God will no longer drive these nations out from your sight, but they will be a snare and a trap to you, a scourge in your side, and thorns in your eyes, until you perish them off this good land which Yahweh your God has given you. Behold, today I am going the way of all the earth. You know in all your hearts and in all your souls that not one thing has failed of all the good things which Yahweh your God spoke concerning you. All have happened to you. Not one thing has failed. It shall happen that as all the good things have come on you, of which Yahweh your God spoke to you, Yahweh will bring on you all of the evil things until he has destroyed you from off this good land which Yahweh your God has given you. When you disobey the covenant of Yahweh your God, which he commanded you, and go and serve other gods, bow down yourselves to them, then Yahweh's anger will be kindled against you, and you will perish quickly from off the good land which he has given you. Last chapter. Joshua gathered all the tribes of Israel to Shechem and called for the elders of Israel, for all their heads, for their judges, and for their officers, and they presented themselves before God. Joshua said to all the people, Yahweh says, the God of Israel, your fathers lived of old time beyond the river, even Terah, the father of Abraham, and the father of Nahor, and they served other gods. I took your father Abraham from beyond the river and led him throughout all the land of Canaan, and multiplied his offspring and gave him Isaac. I gave to Isaac Jacob and Esau, and I gave to Esau Mount Seir to possess it. Jacob and his children went down to Egypt. I sent Moses and Aaron, and I plagued Egypt according to all that which I did among them. And afterward I brought you out. I brought your fathers out of Egypt, and you came by the sea. No, you came to the sea. The Egyptians, pursued your fathers in chariots and with horsemen to the Red Sea. When they cried out to Yahweh, he put darkness between you and the Egyptians, and brought the sea on them and covered them. And your eyes saw what I did in Egypt. You lived in the wilderness many days. I brought you into the land of the Amorites, and you lived beyond the Jordan. They fought with you, and I gave them into your hand. You possessed their land, and I destroyed them from before you. Then Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab, arose and fought against Israel. He sent and called Balaam, the son of Beor, to curse you. But I would not listen to Balaam. Therefore he blessed you still. So I delivered you out of his hand. You went over the Jordan and came to Jericho. The men of Jericho fought against you, the Amorite, the Perizzite, the Canaanite, the Hittite, the Girgashite, the Hivite, and the Jebusite, and I delivered them into your hand. I sent the hornet before you, which drove them out from before you, even the two kings of the Amorites, not with your sword, not with your bow. I gave you a land whereon you had not labored, and cities where you did not build, and you live in them. You eat of vineyards and olive groves which you didn't plant. Now therefore fear Yahweh and serve him in sincerity and truth. Put away the gods of your fathers that your fathers served beyond the river in Egypt, and serve Yahweh. If it seems evil to you to serve Yahweh, choose today who you will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were beyond the river, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve Yahweh. The people answered, Far be it from us that we should forsake Yahweh to serve other gods. For it is Yahweh our God who brought us and our fathers up out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage, and who did those great signs in our sight, and preserved us in all the way in which we went, and among the peoples through the middle of whom we passed. Yahweh drove them out from before us, all the peoples, even the Amorites who lived in the land. Therefore we also will serve Yahweh, for he is our God. Joshua said to the people, You can't serve Yahweh, for he is a holy God. He is a jealous God. He will not forgive your disobedience and your sins. If you forsake Yahweh and serve foreign gods, then he will turn and do evil and consume you after he has done you good. The people said to Joshua, No, but we will serve Yahweh. Joshua said to the people, You are witness against yourselves that you have chosen Yahweh yourselves to serve him. They said, We are witnesses. Now therefore put away the foreign gods that are among you, and incline your heart toward Yahweh, the God of Israel. The people said to Joshua, We will serve Yahweh our God, and we will listen to his voice. So Joshua made a covenant with the people that day, and made for them a statute and an ordinance in Shechem. Joshua wrote these words in the book of the law of God, took a great stone and set it up under the oak that was by the sanctuary of Yahweh. Joshua said to all the people, Behold, this stone shall be a witness against us, for it has heard all of Yahweh's words which he spoke to us. It shall be therefore a witness against you, lest you deny your God. So Joseph sent the people away, each to his own inheritance. After these things, Joshua the son of Nun, the servant of Yahweh, died, being 110 years old. They buried him in the border of his inheritance in Timnath Serah, which is in the hill country of Ephraim, on the north of the mountains of Gaash. Gaash. Israel served Yahweh all the days of Joshua and all the days of the elders who outlived Joshua and had known the work of Yahweh that he had worked for Israel. They buried the bones of Joseph, which the children of Israel brought up out of Egypt in Shechem, in the parcel of ground which Jacob bought from the sons of Hamor, the father of Shechem, for 100 pieces of silver. They became the inheritance of the children of Joseph. Eleazar the son of Aaron died. They buried him in the hill of Phinehas his son, which was given him in the hill country of Ephraim. And that is it for today's reading. And that is the last reading for the book of Joshua. What an interesting way to end, with the death of two prominent people in the history. And we're moving from that into the book of Judges. So I hope you'll join me for that. Until next time, shalom, shalom.